All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Tuesday video. And today we are going to be doing another What Happened To video. Now, I know I've just released Benji Not Dead I think last week, actually. So, I am kind of getting these out quick. And like I think I said before, this is not going to be an every Tuesday series, but I'm really enjoying making them right now, and I think it's a good series on the channel. So with that being said, there will be more of those. So there will be more coming. I have more planned. They're not going to be weekly for sure. I don't want to hold myself to that. They could be every now and then, but I'm not holding myself to that. So with that being said, though, we are getting into another one today. So today we're going to be taking a look at what happened to everybody's, I don't want to say favorite YouTuber because he's probably not. He's actually probably more known for being your least favorite YouTuber, LeafyIsHere. So let's just start off LeafyIsHere by, addressing a couple things because it is Leafy, and there should always be context kind of when talking about him because there's definitely different reasons to like the guy. So he really is probably the biggest and 100% one of the core creators of the kind of commentary genre on YouTube, which of course this video probably falls under, and what basically my whole channel is based around. At least the video type, I guess you could say, that I like to watch and what obviously inspired me to make my channel. Was it Leafy exactly? Am I a Leafy clone? Are we bringing that thing back? No, I try not to be. I try to be definitely different from him. I try and stand out of my own way. I do series like this, that's kind of off the pace of some other commentary channels. I know it's not completely unique, but it's a little unique. And I try and do Reddit stuff and stuff like that. So I'm a little more of reaction / commentary. Leafy, though, was one of the most tried and true commentary channels there was out there. That guy, every video he made was on some person or some event or something like that, and he just shit on it. If we're being honest, he took shits on other people, on events, on stuff he didn't agree with, on stuff that was stupid, on just the general stuff like that, right? Just absolutely took shits on them. Kind of cyberbullying-ish in a way, but I hate to break it to some of you out there. I'm not really the biggest believer in cyberbullying. I mean, I definitely get that, people can kind of go crazy on the internet and talk shit about you. I mean, it happens to me in places. I've gotten some Reddit comments or some YouTube comments that are just like, you're fucking cancer, whatever, kill yourself. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't really affect me because it's somebody on the internet. I have no fucking idea who they even are. Their opinion doesn't really mean very much shit to me. If they want to talk shit, they can talk shit. I'm not going to stop them. So that's kind of how I feel about Leafy, too. If he wants to talk shit on people, he has a right to talk shit on people. I mean, obviously it's not great. I'm not saying walk up to somebody in the street or somebody personally and just, completely fucking destroy, their confidence or anything like that. No. That's a shitty thing to do, okay? That's not cool. We don't want to do that, right? But online, I mean, I'm also not saying go harass people because that's not great, but online, it's if it happens, it happens, whatever. If you happen to do it by mistake or you're in a bad mindset and you just happen, it's not the biggest deal. Or if it happens to you, it's okay. There's ways to get over it. Just think of it as it's some random person that doesn't actually know shit about you. So with the whole cyberbullying thing out of the way, Leafy did make decent videos. They were entertaining. They were funny. I don't think anybody can argue with that. They were pretty entertaining. They were pretty funny. And he was here for a while. I think his channel was created in 2011 or something. And, he got huge in 2016. The whole commentary scene as a whole really blew up in 2016. If you were a commentary YouTuber at that time, wow. I mean, that was the time to start. I obviously came a little late, with my channel starting in, I think, 2018. So I was a little late to that trend there. And, I really only picked up the channel heavily in 2021. So obviously I kind of missed that. I kind of missed that mark a little bit there. But, anyway, back in 2016, he was huge. He was huge. A lot of other commentary channels were pretty big right alongside him. And, you obviously had a lot of articles and stuff coming out. Oh, my God, look at this group of people on YouTube, these cyber bullies. Oh, Leafy is here, this. They're talking shit on the terrible influence for your kid, shit like that. I grew up watching that. Back in 2016 and stuff, and probably even a little before, but I'm fine. I'm not a dick. I might come off a little bit like that in my videos, but I'm not a dick. So in real life, if you met me, I'm sure we'd be cool. So, just throwing that out there. Not the biggest deal. I don't really think his videos were too too incredibly harmful to anybody really, or the platform, or just anything in a whole. I don't really think his videos were as harmful as a lot of people made them out to be. But with that being said, he gained subscribers regardless. He gained a lot of subscribers from a lot of different things. He obviously had his beef with Keemstar and iDubbbz and various other creators out there because, that's what Leafy did. I'm pretty sure he just liked to start shit for fun, in reality. And, that was fine. Whatever, he talked shit on a bunch of people. People talked shit back. iDubbbz, Keemstar, they obviously talked a lot of shit back to him. And that was when his channel was really thriving, back in those Keemstar days and, just the pure commentary, the pure, oh, yeah, fuck you, I'm going to shit on your mom type of, commentary, shit like that. It was funny, though. It was funny. It was a little over the top. I'm not going to lie. Some of it did go a little too far, but it's all comedy at the end of the day. After seeing some of his Instagram posts and stuff, because he is still active on there, I don't really think he's a bad person at heart. I don't think he goes around just talking shit on everybody for no reason all the time. I think he's an okay person, and he put on an act for the YouTube video, which, why wouldn't you? Even I put on an act for my YouTube videos occasionally, except for those ones where I'm just kind of chilling and talking. But, I do kind of try and be a different person on YouTube, a little more outgoing, a little louder, and, obviously, I'm talking to an audience that I can't see, and I'm really just talking into a microphone. So it's you kind of got to make up something for yourself there, or else you're going to go crazy after a little while. So that was Leafy. That's kind of where it began. That's kind of how he got popular. So, with that being said, let's now switch into, of course, kind of the downfall of LeafyIsHere. So basically, he stopped in 2017, just disappeared off of the face of the earth. He was just gone. I was obviously subscribed to him. I was watching his videos. I think he was doing a couple a week or something like that. And I would watch them basically every time they came out. I was a pretty big fan of him at the time. I don't know if I'm as big of a fan of him now, but, I was definitely a fan of him at the time because I was younger and, I thought his version of humor was, fucking hilarious. And, he was owning all the feminists and all the, cyberbully crazed people and, shit like that. I thought it was fucking funny, but I'm definitely not like that as much anymore, but I did find it funny at the time. So I was watching his videos all the time. And then eventually he just fell off. He just disappeared. Nobody really knew what happened to him. There were a lot of these, where did Leafy go? Leafy isn't here type videos, all over the place for a long time, for years. And I just kind of chalked it up to, oh, well, he's done. He's gone, whatever. It happens to YouTubers. Sometimes they just get burnt out. And, they have other ideas and they just don't want to do YouTube anymore. Whatever. Who cares? Not a big deal to me. It's not like I knew him personally or I had any personal connection with him. So I was just like, okay, it happens, right? But then, shockingly, not only to me, but I'm pretty sure to most of the internet, he came back in 2020. And his videos were much shorter and, stuff like that. He did a couple of interviews with Keemstar and stuff like right before he came back or right when he started to come back. And he basically had just said that he had taken some time off YouTube. He was away. He was doing stocks. He was making, a ton of money in, other ways outside of YouTube. And, that's cool. I mean, whatever. You can't really fault him for that. A lot of people get into stocks nowadays, especially with cryptocurrency coming out. A lot of people get into that stuff. So it's like you can't really blame somebody for leaving YouTube to go do that. Yes, he could have put out a video saying, hey, this is my plan. I'm not really excited about YouTube anymore, so I'm going to go try this endeavor instead. He definitely could have done that, but he didn't. And I think he actually gave a reason for why. I think he said he meant to originally, but then it got to be so long that it was just like, whatever. Who cares at this point? I'm just going to leave it be. But he did come back in 2020. He was back. He was doing stuff. He was making videos. And these videos were not like his old videos. These videos were very short. They were like 40 seconds to a couple minutes. They were really just like shit posts, which I'm not saying LeafyIsHere wasn't a shit post YouTuber before he left, because he kind of was from time to time. A lot of his humor was just that shit post troll kind of like energy behind it. And so, it wasn't surprising to see him just making these kind of short, like 40-second shit post videos. But they were on creators specifically. He got really creator heavy. And I think really kind of opened like up into more of his personal opinions in these videos. Like, yes, he was kind of shit talking, but he was more just using YouTube to, to talk about stuff, because there were some videos of his that were just like, pretty harmless. Like one where he said Factorio was his favorite game and talked about how, he was so into it and doing a bunch of shit and it was really fun for him and he was playing it a bunch recently. And it was like, it was one of those games that he was just way too into and it was taking up all of his fucking free time and shit. And, that's a pretty innocent video, honestly. And he had a couple of those. That wasn't really the only instance of that. There were a couple. He actually was talking about stocks a lot and like how to do them, how to get better at them, like what's your go-to thing? How do you get into it? He was like basically a financial advisor or like a stock market advisor or something like that. And, that was actually really entertaining to watch. I'm not going to lie. I actually really liked Leafy talking about stocks. And shockingly, a lot of his audience were fine and actually adapted to it and, weren't very mad about it. But, however, at just around 4 million subscribers, LeafyIsHere was terminated. And he was terminated for harassment on creators. And he was doing a lot of harassment, I guess. I don't know if I would really call it harassment. He was more of talking a lot about, Pokimane and stuff like that. Mainly Pokimane. We're going to be honest, Pokimane was the main reason. Also H3H3, he had a pretty decent kind of beef with H3H3 right at the end there. Which some theorize that's why he got his channel taken down. It's really alleged. I mean, we don't really know if that's the case. It is possible. We do know that Ethan from H3H3 does have some pretty good ties to higher ups at YouTube, specifically Susan, the CEO. Which, that's unfortunate that creators can really get that close. And, to the point where they could even be accused of possibly deleting somebody's channel just because they didn't like them. That's kind of messed up. But, we'll go into that further in a different video, another one of my videos where I talk about YouTube, not for this video. So, Yeah, Leafy was gone. He was gone for harassment of basically Pokimane and H3H3. He was gone. And sadly, that's kind of where it ended for him. His channel was terminated. He couldn't really get it back. I think he had a couple like attempts to make, second channels or stuff like that. And it just didn't happen, because why would it? He was on Storyfire or Mediafire. I think it's Storyfire. That weird website alternative to YouTube thing that Keemstar was promoting that were a lot more welcoming to like extreme viewpoints, which I don't really think I would say Leafy had extreme viewpoints. But it is what it is, right? So that's kind of what it was for Leafy. He was gone. Just like that. It basically went from him being back on YouTube, actually having a seemingly good time, kind of enjoying it, to gone. And he was actually kind of upset about it, but, whatever. He kind of said it is what it is, which that's really how it is. I mean, you just can't do much. And it's not like you really want to try and restart when you had like 4 million subscribers. That's a lot, to try and restart yourself like that, because obviously like only 50% of those are really going to pay attention and, really try. But recently, just a couple days ago, he got his Twitter back. Yes, his really old Twitter that he got locked out of for a really long time for like promoting terrorism or something, it got hacked or something. And they thought, it wasn't him trying to get back in, but he finally got it back. And, he's been posting a couple things on there that looks like maybe he's making a return, possibly with like a Spotify podcast or something. He mentioned podcast, and he mentioned wanting to do YouTube more, but obviously, of course, other people now have taken the LeafyIsHere name to the extreme, that aren't him. There's like a shit ton of LeafyIsHere channels on YouTube now, and it's impossible to know which one is actually his. So he feels like he would just get lost in that sea, trying to come back. So probably we won't see him back on YouTube. Is his career over? It's debatable. I mean, I think he could come back, maybe with a podcast like how he's kind of been teasing, and, just do stuff like that. Kind of like what Keemstar does nowadays, honestly. Like, Keemstar used to be this crazy, over-the-top, extreme kind of YouTuber, and now Keemstar is just pretty laid back. So I wouldn't be surprised to see to see Leafy do something like that just off of YouTube, probably on Spotify or something else, some other medium. But yeah, that's pretty much how it was. That's basically the story of what happened to LeafyIsHere. Obviously pretty crazy. It was pretty concerning for a lot of people in the commentary community when he got banned, because it was like, wow, we really can get banned for this shit. YouTube can just flip the switch. And, it's something I even think of in my videos. Would I maybe be a little bit more crazy had Leafy not been banned? Would I have been, more willing to kind of push back against the YouTube, terms of service, which are a little too far, in my opinion? I don't know. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. Who knows? It's kind of hard to say. And, who knows for other commentary channels too. It's really difficult to say, because I know Leafy was that type of person that did like to push terms of service. I think it was fun for him, in a way, to really see like, where can I go in terms of service? Like, are they really going to uphold every single thing on here? So it was definitely interesting. And, it was, it was a time on YouTube for real when he was here. And, I don't know. I guess I hope to see him back in the future. If not, I'm sure he's still keeping up with stocks and bonds and, shit like that, whatever he was doing. I'm sure he's still doing that. So, that's LeafyIsHere. I know it's kind of an anticlimactic ending. He just kind of disappeared once, came back, and then disappeared again. But that's all that happened. So thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to me. As always, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button as well as that subscribe button. I would tell you to hit the dislike button if you disliked it, but sadly, nobody will really know if you disliked it, and nobody uses the dislike button anymore. It's probably the least clicked part of the page on YouTube now. So good job, YouTube. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to me. And as always, make sure you guys have a wonderful rest of not only your Tuesday, but the rest of your week leading up into Thursday, where this Thursday we do have Reddit review season 3 finale. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. Be there or be square. That's some cheesy ass shit to throw at you right there. So, make sure you're there for that. It's going to be cool. I promise I'm going to find a good Reddit for that one. We're going to dive into it pretty heavily. It's going to be a good video. So, yeah, thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. As always, have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.